he goes to the rehab center here at the hospital for autism. So, Parker, you're in a program called A Plus. Can you tell us what the A Plus program is?
Yes, it's a program where we teach autism students, like students with autism, to see what work is like and after college and high school, and I think it's a good program. To
How
be
old are
honest,
you?
I'm 17.
And-
Work is not fun.
I know.
Let me save you the trouble. Work is horrible, and there's always somebody above you that's going to boss you around that knows half as much as you do.
It doesn't matter. I can
just
take
saved you the
it.
next year of training, man. There's going to be somebody above you that knows half as much as you, and for some reason they get to boss you around.
I like his attitude. He says he can take it. Now,
That's work.
what do you do in the program?
When I'm in the program, I usually clean some toys, do some filing, like put some folders for the patients in alphabetical order, and even clean some tables. I like what I'm doing when it comes to
Do you
working at all
enjoy it?
children's.
Do you enjoy it?
Absolutely. I've been making sure I get myself some fun when it comes to working, you know?
And you take a cab here all by yourself, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Awesome. Now, you're Parker's mom, Denise.
Yes, I am.
What kinds of changes have you seen in him since he started the program?
So Parker leaves school at midday. He's in a mainstream program, and we part-time homeschool, so he has the latitude to do that in his schedule. And he knows exactly what he's just more independent.
And that's
Yeah,
you've
that's
really
what we
seen
want.
that, yeah.
Yeah, we've worked really hard
And
for a number of
Dr.
years.
Howie, you run the program here, right? And what is it like to work with people like Parker and help them become more independent?
Well, it's a privilege. It's a team of us who have worked together to create the A-plus volunteer program because we have found a deficit in services in our communities for kids with autism spectrum disorder in terms of after high school, what do I do? And there seems to be a gap between graduation from high school and getting plugged into higher education or a job. And when we look at the population of kids with autism versus kids with other special health care needs, there is less of a representation in the workforce. And there's so much talent out there, such as Parker's, that we just wanted to provide a forum.
And are you seeing a lot of success with the program?
Yes.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Parker. We're so glad you came and talked to us today.
Yeah, and finally, for years and years, I think too, Doctor, autism was just something that people not only did they not know a lot about it, there just wasn't a lot of help to get programs rolling like what we're seeing here in All Children's, and it's because somewhere along the line, some of the money we raised years ago make programs like this possible, and you're seeing amazing things happen now because of those programs, but it starts with people giving so we can continue to have programs like this.
Yes, absolutely. The programs are not without cost. And the giving is always something that's appreciated and needed in order to give opportunities so our kids can reach their fullest potential.
Yeah, autism is a very real thing that we're starting. I mean, there's been a lot of misdiagnosis over the years, and now we're finally, I think, learning. We probably learned more in the last 3 years about autism than we did the previous 15. Is that semi-accurate?
We're learning a lot more, yeah.
And
Absolutely.
it's just an amazing thing. There are miracles happening each and every day at this hospital and with this new program. And, this is one of a bazillion reasons why it's important that you give today at 800-270-8642. Doctor, can you talk a little bit, and maybe you can also explain, why it's so important to give, and then we'll have Parker give his take on it too?
Yes, absolutely. There is a cost, and it's an upfront cost in a way, because if we invest in our kids now and give them the foundation so that they have, for instance, what we're doing with this program, the job skills, the exposure, moving toward independence, then ultimately the goal is to have a job so that in future, later adulthood, there is less of a need for costs to all of us in society, and a better quality of life for our kids as adults.
That's awesome.
Definitely.
I'm glad you enjoyed the program, Parker. That's awesome.
Thank you.
What types of things do you like to do in your spare time? Like when you're not here and you're not in the program, is there something that you're like super into, whether it be sports or a TV show or video games or anything? I mean,
I'm into like sports. My favorite is baseball, and I was born here in St. Pete, so I'm a big fan of the Rays.
Sure.
Yeah,
us too.
Who's your favorite player?
that would be Evan Longoria.
Evan
Yeah,
Longoria.
definitely.
We should all go to a Rays game sometime. You want to do that?
Yes, please.
I'll give our information to Mom. We'll hook that up so you can go. All right.
All right, sounds good.
We'll get Miss Rebecca to give you a card, and we'll take you to a Rays game. Does that work?
Okay.
Is that cool?
Yeah.
I think if you're willing to come down here and give your time to help us with this, the least we can do is go to a game with you. Does that work?
Yeah, that sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So 1-800-270-8642. These programs that you're hearing about today that are miracles, that are beyond amazing, are because people just like you that were in their car, that were in their cubicle, that were on the job site, they gave years ago. And we were able to put that money to good right here where you and I live. Every single cent, I cannot stress enough, every single cent stays right here where you and I live. And we're going to put it to good use, I promise. 1-800-270-8642. We're going to kick off a brand new incentive, in fact. You could be on your way to the ACM Awards, which this year are in Dallas. They're celebrating 50 years. This is probably going to be the biggest and best ACM Awards ever. Not only could you be on your way there for a 4-day, 3-night trip, we're also going to throw in an autographed Luke Bryan guitar to go with it. So we're going to try and get 103 Miracle Makers in the next 90 minutes. That's what we need to stay on pace. It's only $15 a month, which we've talked about before. That's one less beer at a Rays game that we're going to go to. That's a couple of those expensive coffees that Jenny drinks every month. One less trip to the vending machine.
Yeah. I mean, just think it's really 50 cents a day, and that's really nothing.
It's easy to do, and it can literally save the life of a child. It can literally help these programs run. There are a million ways this money is going to be put to use right here in the Tampa area, but it starts with you calling. 1-800-270-8642. 1-800-270-8642. Do it now, and we'll get you in the running for that ACM flyaway with the autographed Luke Bryan guitar. We're going to play Chris Young as we light up the phones on Tampa Bay's new country leader, US 1035, as we are live from All Children's Hospital.